The Lion Guard has some really good character designs that suit their species perfectly whilst visually remaining inside the Lion King universe. It's actually really clever how every creature has been created to suit the show. For the most part, the animals resembled their real-life counterparts, whilst maintaining a cartoony and fitting style. The artists study the real animals before designing the characters, which is a fantastic way to work. Now before I continue, let me remind you that this show is incredibly educational, and that this was one of the main goals of the creators. It presents facts as facts, teaching about different kinds of animals, and despite being aimed at children, adults can learn a lot from watching this. Yes, it has a fictional cartoony storyline. Yes, it has talking animals, but the way the animals live and the information they give about Africa and its wildlife, this show is supposed to help kids to learn, and for the most part, it does. However, from the moment the final character designs of the Lion Guard were shown, there has been a huge issue with the artist's design of one particular character. And if you've read the title, you already know who this is. It's Fuli, the cheetah. Her design is awful. And this isn't even my opinion. She's supposed to be a cheetah, yet much of her design is the complete opposite to the biological design of what a cheetah should really be. To the point where if a real cheetah looked like this, it would not survive 5 minutes in the wild. Believe it or not, I am actually a conservationist. I have traveled to Africa on numerous occasions and worked in big cat conservation, which is helping in the protection of the big cats, such as lions, leopards, and cheetah. We track these cats and define them by their markings, and cheetah have very specific markings. Fuli is supposed to be a young cheetah. Thanks to the Morning Report episode, we know for a fact that she's around the same age as Kion, and possibly a little younger. Cheetah cubs tend to be larger than lion cubs of the same age, and when we see baby Fuli and baby Kion, Fuli looks a little smaller. If you haven't seen the episode, you can still agree that she's definitely not an adult cheetah. She's the same height as Kion, which is unusual again, as cheetah tend to be taller than lions of the same age, and adult cheetah are far larger than lion cubs. Either they are the same age and Fuli's just incredibly small for her species, or she is younger than Kion. Now for the criticisms. The most distinctive and well-known markings of any cheetah, young or old, are the tear markings on their faces. Every single cheetah, from birth, has thick, dark markings trailing from their eyes and around their snout. These markings help the cheetah to hunt, as they reflect the glare of the sun from their sensitive eyes. Fuli has tiny, stupid, barely little layer slits, which would make it very difficult for her to hunt. In fact, if she was a real cheetah, she would probably be blind. Young cheetah also have white fur running around their back and on top of their head, for similar reasons. It reflects the sun whilst their slim bodies are getting used to the hot climate. They are also incredibly fluffy and have small ears, not large ones. Their coats are pale and sandy colored for camouflage because cheetahs are made for flight, not fight. They have to avoid the other large predators who are much stronger than they are. A bright yellow cheetah would be killed almost instantly, and this is another reason why Fuli's design is very much the opposite of a cheetah. Okay, so I've complained about how wrong the design is, and how much it does not fit in with the rest of the show. All of the other animals look like cartoon versions of their real-life counterparts. And it is believable that they could all survive the lifestyles that the animals they are based upon would have. Fuli does not, and for this reason, I've done a quick redesign in Photoshop, just to make her more cheetah-like. I tried to make this design suit the age range of Fuli in the show, so the white fur and fluffiness is limited as she's growing out of it as her body becomes adjusted to the heat. Her tear markings were the first thing that needed adding, and I made her pupils black to reflect the sun. White pupils on African animals is just, well, kinda sadistic. They'd be blind the minute they looked up. I also added white to her tail because young cheetah tend to have white-tipped tails. I gave her more spots, although admittedly I can see why the animators kept her spots to a minimum in the show, because that's a hell of a lot to draw. Overall, I think Fuli, personality-wise, is a good character. She just needs a bit of a makeover to make her resemble the animal she is supposed to be. I'm Kaleidoscope, and if you have enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.